Have you ever noticed that no matter how many new motorcycles come and go, there are always a few Japanese machines that seem to stay at the top? While other bikes chase trends, complicated technology, and flashy marketing, these motorcycles quietly keep winning riders over year after year. Today, we're counting down 5 Japanese motorcycles that absolutely destroy the competition in the areas that matter most: comfort, reliability, performance, and real-world ownership. For senior riders especially, these machines prove that the best motorcycle isn't always the newest or the most expensive. Let's begin. Number 5. Kawasaki Vulcan. The Kawasaki Vulcan S is one of those motorcycles that completely changes your expectations the moment you ride it. At first glance, it looks like a cruiser. But underneath that low-slung styling is a motorcycle that behaves more like a sporty standard bike. Kawasaki took the proven engine from the Ninja 650 and created something that feels fresh, comfortable, and surprisingly versatile. Power comes from a 649 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled parallel twin engine producing around 60 horsepower. What makes this engine special isn't just the number itself, it's how usable that power feels. The throttle response is smooth, predictable, and confidence-inspiring. Whether you're cruising through town or accelerating onto the highway, the bike responds without drama. Senior riders often appreciate that balance because it delivers excitement without requiring constant attention. Comfort is another area where the Vulcan S shines. Kawasaki's ErgoFit system allows riders to customize foot peg positions, handlebars, and seat placement. That's a feature many manufacturers still ignore. Not every rider has the same height or flexibility, especially after decades of riding. The Vulcan adapts to the rider instead of forcing the rider to adapt to the motorcycle. Reliability is exactly what you'd expect from Kawasaki. The 650 Twin has built an excellent reputation over the years, requiring little more than routine maintenance. Owners regularly accumulate high mileage without major issues. It's a motorcycle that simply works. But as impressive as the Vulcan S is, the next motorcycle takes versatility to a completely different level and has become one of the most respected adventure bikes ever built. Number 4. Suzuki V-Strom 650. The Suzuki V-Strom 650 may not generate headlines like some exotic adventure motorcycles, but that's precisely why it deserves a place on this list. This bike has spent years quietly outperforming motorcycles that cost significantly more. Riders often buy a V-Strom expecting competence and end up discovering something much better. The heart of the V-Strom is Suzuki's legendary 645 cubic centimeter V-twin engine. This engine has become famous for one simple reason: it does everything well. It produces enough power for highway travel, enough torque for mountain roads, and enough refinement to make long-distance riding enjoyable. There are no surprises, no bad habits, and no unnecessary complications. For senior riders, comfort is often more important than outright speed. The V-Strom understands that perfectly. The upright riding position reduces stress on the wrists and lower back. The seat offers all-day comfort, and the wind protection helps reduce fatigue during longer rides. Many owners report finishing 500-mile days feeling remarkably fresh. Reliability may be the V-Strom's greatest weapon against the competition. These motorcycles routinely exceed 100,000 miles with basic maintenance. When riders talk about motorcycles, they trust completely. The V-Strom almost always enters the conversation. Yet as dependable as the Suzuki is, the next motorcycle combines luxury, comfort, and engineering excellence in a way that few motorcycles can match. At number 3, Yamaha FJR 1300. There was a time when sport touring motorcycles ruled the open road, and among them, the Yamaha FJR 1300 stood above almost everything else. Even today, many experienced riders consider it one of the greatest long-distance motorcycles ever built. It offers performance, comfort, and reliability in a package that feels purpose-built for riders who still love covering serious miles. Its 1,298 cubic centimeters inline-4 engine is an absolute masterpiece. Smooth, powerful, and endlessly refined, it delivers effortless acceleration at any speed. Need to pass a line of traffic? Twist the throttle. Need to climb a mountain highway loaded with luggage? No problem. The engine always seems to have power in reserve. Long-distance comfort is where the FJR truly earns its reputation. The riding position strikes an excellent balance between sporty control and touring comfort. Adjustable wind protection, spacious ergonomics, and excellent weather protection make it an ideal companion for cross-country adventures. Senior riders often appreciate that it allows them to travel long distances without feeling physically exhausted. Yamaha reliability seals the deal. The FJR developed a reputation for durability that few motorcycles can match. Many owners accumulate hundreds of thousands of miles with minimal issues. That's not a typo, hundreds of thousands. But while the FJR dominates the sport touring world, the next motorcycle conquered an entirely different category and became a global icon. Number 2. Honda Africa Twin. The Honda Africa Twin has earned legendary status because it manages to do something many motorcycles struggle with. It feels capable everywhere. Whether you're riding pavement, gravel roads, mountain passes, or exploring remote back roads, the Africa Twin seems perfectly at home. Power comes from a 1,084 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that delivers smooth, manageable performance. Honda avoided the temptation to chase outrageous horsepower figures. Instead, they focused on creating an engine that feels approachable and confidence-inspiring. The result is a motorcycle that feels strong without becoming intimidating. Comfort is another reason senior riders gravitate toward the Africa Twin. The upright ergonomics, spacious seating position, and excellent suspension work together to reduce rider fatigue. Long rides become enjoyable rather than exhausting. Even when roads become rough, the suspension absorbs imperfections with impressive composure. Honda's reputation for reliability only strengthens the package. Riders trust this motorcycle because it consistently delivers. Adventure riding often means traveling far from home, and knowing your motorcycle is dependable provides enormous peace of mind. But as good as the Africa Twin is, one Japanese motorcycle continues to dominate almost every conversation about comfort, refinement, and long-distance riding. Number 1. Honda Goldwing. The Honda Goldwing isn't just a motorcycle, it's a benchmark. For decades, manufacturers around the world have tried to build something capable of challenging it, and yet the Goldwing continues to stand at the top of the touring world. Everything begins with that legendary flat-six engine. Smooth doesn't begin to describe it. The power delivery is effortless, refined, and almost luxurious. There is virtually no vibration, and the engine seems to glide rather than run. Senior riders often describe their first Goldwing experience as a revelation because it changes what they thought a motorcycle could be. Comfort is simply unmatched. Heated seats, heated grips, electronic windscreen adjustment, advanced suspension systems, premium audio, cruise control, and exceptional passenger accommodations create an experience closer to a luxury grand touring vehicle than a traditional motorcycle. After spending several hours on a Goldwing, many riders find themselves wondering why they waited so long to try one. Reliability is perhaps the most impressive part of all. Honda built the Goldwing with long-term ownership in mind. Many examples have accumulated hundreds of thousands of miles while remaining remarkably dependable. That's why so many riders keep their Goldwings for decades. The motorcycle simply refuses to become obsolete, and that's why the Goldwing destroys the competition. Not because it's the fastest, not because it's the flashiest, but because it consistently delivers comfort, reliability, performance, and refinement at a level few motorcycles have ever achieved. It represents the culmination of everything Honda learned about building motorcycles over generations. So there you have it, 5 Japanese motorcycles that continue to outperform, outlast, and outshine much of the competition. Which one would you choose for your garage? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more motorcycle adventures. Ride safe, and we'll see you in the next video.